Nandito na tayo sa constitutional limitations on the power of taxation. Una ay yung related ito sa Bill of Rights. So ito yung due process of law. Sa due process of law, as being the first constitutional limitation natin, mayroon itong dalawa. Una, substantive due process, at yung ikalawa is yung procedural due process. Ito yung dalawang type ng due process of law. Ang unang due process of law na type is yung substantive. Ang nagsasabi dito na ang tax law must be valid, not contrary to the Constitution. Yun yung una na kanyang kondisyon. At saka, it must be for public purpose. Again, para magiging in accordance with the substantive due process of law, lahat ng batas na ginawa para sa tax should be valid. Ang ibig sabihin niyan ay hindi po yan salungat doon sa Constitution, to any provision of the Constitution. At saka, it must be for public purpose. Itong public purpose, kung matandaan nyo, ito din ay ang pinakaunang inherent limitation. Kung matandaan nyo sa ibang discussion natin, public purpose. Ang ibig sabihin na hindi pwedeng magpataw ng tax kung hindi ito for public purpose. To continue, the imposition itself must be fair and reasonable. Hindi arbitrary, hindi siya confiscatory. It must be, again, fair and reasonable. So, walang mga ganon. So, yun yung due process of law. Kailangan may in accordance with the law, with the Constitution. Okay? Ang ikalawa naman ay ang procedural due process. Ang procedural due process, ang taxpayer daw, must be given an opportunity to be heard. To be heard. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pwede na pag halimbawa, mag-impose na ng tax, mayroong kukolektahin, kailangan mayroon niyang tinatawag na procedures sa pag-kolekta or pag-assess ng tax. So, there must be notice of hearing, there must be a chance to reply. So, may mga number of days yan na kinocompute or pinafollow. In detail, sa due process of law, pagdating sa substantive, ito yung sinasabi dito, validity, meaning hindi contravene. Okay? Hindi salungat. Public purpose, the funds collected must be used to support the government or for general public welfare. O, dalawa yan. For general public welfare or to any activities of the government. Not for the exclusive, again, not for the exclusive benefit of the private individuals or sectors. Yung fairness and reasonableness naman, kailangan fair and reasonable kasi pag hindi, ang kanyang resulta is become oppressive. So, ito yung kailangan na ma-avoid ng pagpataw ng batas na hindi siya maging oppressive or confiscatory or magkakaroon ng arbitrariness doon sa pagpataw ng tax para ma-avoid natin yung tinatawag na destroying the business or the property without justifiable cost. You can destroy property but with justifiable cost. Ang ikalawa naman sa detalyadong pag-explain natin, ito yung procedural due process. So, ito yung sinasabi ko na may opportunity to be heard by the taxpayer has opportunity to be heard by the government or whatever quasi-judicial court or court ba yan. The taxpayer must give you an opportunity, so mayroon siyang time to reply. This means that must be properly notified. So, hindi pwede, halimbawa, mayroong mga exact procedures yon na paano ba siya i-notify. Ano ba yung letter na ibibigay sa kanya? Ano ba yung mga step by step? He must be, or the taxpayer must be well notified. At saka, kung ano yung ipinapataw na tax, for example, magkakaroon ng assessment, kailangan mayroon yung mga evidence at saka yung mga basis kung bakit nagpataw ng tax. Now, also again, na kailangan din na bigyan din siya ng pagkakataon na mag-submit ng kanyang evidence. Okay? Kung mayroong mga protest against, kung mayroon mang mga assessment. Yun yung isa sa mga, example lang ito ng notice to be heard on the part of the taxpayer. Compliance with procedures. The tax authority must strictly follow. So, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina. They must comply with the procedures. Hindi pwede na dediretso sila na mag-assess, tapos bibigyan ka ng 5 days. Kung wala naman yan sa batas, ay hindi yan pwede na gawin nila. So, mayroon talagang eksakto kung kailan pwede silang mag-kolekta ng tax at saka mag-demand for whatever evidence na isa-submit ng taxpayer. The consequence of non-compliance with the proper assessment procedures renders tax assessment void. So halimbawa, nag-render sila ng tax assessment pero wala namang LOA, nag-audit, nag-investigate sila. So yun ay bawal kasi yung LOA, yan ay nagpapatunay ng authority to conduct audit investigation or tax investigation or tax audit. So, again, may specific talaga na mga procedures at mga compliance na gagawin on the part of the BIR as a representative of the government bago habang ginagawa nila yung mga investigasyon na yan. So, yun yung, again, under the notice of procedural due process of law.